This movie is based on the true story of Mohamedou Ould Slahi from Mauritania in northwest Africa. He's a former Mujahideen anti-communist fighter in Afghanistan in the 1990s, who was picked up and handed over to the US authorities after 9/11 and kept at Guantánamo Bay. This movie is adapted from Slahi's book, Guantánamo Diary, published in 2015 while he was still inside. The scribbled pages regularly handed to his lawyer, Nancy Hollander. He is kept at Guantánamo Bay without charge or trial for a staggering 14 years, from 2002 to 2016. He was released when the state finally accepted his confessions were valueless, having been obtained through torture. Slahi played by Tahar Rahim, while Jodie Foster plays defense attorney Nancy Hollander. Her associate Teri Duncan played by Shailene Woodley, while Benedict Cumberbatch plays a formidable military prosecutor, Stuart Couch. Tahar Rahim's performance as Slahi is very good. Unfortunately, it's sorely undeserved by the production it's bound to. The muddled screenplay is bogged down by convention to the point of self-contradiction. The underlying cynicism of the production overshadows the heart of the story. Much of Slahi's story is presented in flashbacks to the 3 years before Hollander took his case. However, the film's editing and screenplay cannot seem to decide whether the flashbacks are being gradually revealed to Hollander, Duncan, and Couch through researching records and Slahi's testimony, or whether the flashbacks are meant to serve as a thematic parallel to the current events. Neither of which it fully commits to, so that the cross-cutting across time feels jarring. This movie is too long, too slow, too boring, and has a serious issue with pacing. With a star-studded cast, we expected a lot more. The words based on a true story usually mean loosely based on one, and this one seems to be just that. The whole film is frustrating as we're waiting for some kind of actual truth to appear, and it seemed like there was none. There is nothing and no one in this film with significant dramatic status. There is just official silence from the authorities and the drama itself. As for Slahi himself, he doesn't seem bitter about the US or Mauritanian authorities by the end of the picture. He doesn't wish to take action against them, yet neither does he explicitly forgive them. It's opaque and frustrating. The story arcs of the attorneys are also underdeveloped, since the audience is already aware of where the story is going and there is virtually no sense of legal tension built up that makes their journeys poignant. The movie should just focus its screen time to tell more about Slahi than spend it on the attorneys. This becomes a big problem as the movie never meaningfully questions Slahi's innocence because it refuses to presume his guilt. That doesn't stop the film from trying to muddy the waters with a few passages of cheap suspense. Slahi has an important story to tell, and Rahim's performance is sorely undeserved by the production it's bound to. Every single moment of emotional and visual ingenuity is tied to his scenes, whether in flashbacks or the film's present, and the constant and persistent distraction from that anchor leaves the film adrift in cliches and tedium. The more honest version of this film would have leaned on those strengths and know that the legal procedural aspect was just filler and fluff. Overall, we do not recommend this movie at all.